We just passed a Yakult lady?
Yakult.
What does that mean?
Y-A-K-U-L-T.
Yes.
And it's a company, a dairy company that makes fermented
we know.
soy.
Those little bottles.
Exactly. And the ladies here go circulate on bicycles and deliver them to offices and even houses.
This is like a half-bike lane in New York, isn't it? Or somewhere else in America. I have no idea what that speaker behind me is saying. Maybe it's get out of the way. Or maybe it's buy your Yakult now. Well, Tokyo is a virtual labyrinth of tiny little streets. I'm not actually sure how cars pass. There's four-wheel bikes galore. Now look at that, no bicycle parking, but they've parked here anyway. It's a quintessentially Asian kind of headline. Physical thing, very literal. We have Macca's on one side and right across the road we have something much more local. I think I'll go over there.
ただは通り変な
ただは
まあ茶だわ
通りね。はい、かしこまりました。
これと
はい、わかりました。どうもありがとうございました。
こっちね
はい。
はい
Well, I've learned a very useful Japanese word. Hi means what? Just yeah, just a general acknowledgement.
Yeah, for men you might
That's what it kind of means.
Even women do that.
I hear everybody saying hi.
Hi is I get it, or I'm with you, or keep going.
Well, this is the park that we were aiming for, the green patch on the map, and as you can see it's very Japanese, I guess. It's got gravel kind of here instead of grass, which I imagine would be raked beautifully, right? Once a day in a very zen fashion, but maybe not.
This is one of the aspects that is highly deficient in the public spaces are terribly few and not terribly inviting either. Parks are used for multiple purposes. They're used as congregation points for housewives, for construction people to have lunch.
So lunch today is the ubiquitous bento box. The cheapest way to eat in Japan, right?
Among the cheapest
Among
ways.
the cheapest. This was $5. That was something similar. And actually this is a cross-cultural one. It looks like shumai and it says Chinese. There's a meatball. Well, let's tuck in this beautiful setting. And look, I was just hoeing away at this thing, cherry picking all the goodies on top, and I realized underneath there's two layers of this little bento box. There's actually rice with black sesame seeds underneath. This is the Japanese way of eating. It's just so refined, even when it's fast food, right? Like I said yesterday, pedestrians and cyclists seem to happily coexist on the footpath. And across the road there are motorcycles that deliver bento boxes. That's what those racks on the back are for. Everything is dense, everything is small. Look at these garbage trucks. They're all kind of scaled down to the size of this place. And Jeff said Japan is getting a real crow problem, that they tear apart the garbage and create a real mess. So, you know, it's the law that you have to have your garbage under some secure netting. And this is how they recycle their plastic. Blue mesh net bags left out the front. And there's some more. This is near Waseda University.
Area.
Waseda, Dori means road.
Street, yeah,
Got
road,
it.
street, yeah.
And Jeff's protecting himself from the fumes. There's a big red sign here, it says karaoke.
It says karaoke, 880 yen.
880 yen, which is about 90 bucks?
880 yen per person between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. for students.
For students. They should be studying! Not singing!
Once you get into university years, there's a lot of time for singing.
Yeah.
All the work comes trying to gain admission to the university.
You are locking up here.
Yes, I'm going to be here a while.
Okay.
And it's a busy neighborhood and there's a lot of people.
Otherwise, it seems pretty safe to leave your bike in smaller towns. This is precisely a two-person elevator and a ticket. Come out of the bookshop and there was this ticket strapped to Jeff's handlebar. Except the ticket didn't get a ticket.
There's a $3,000 fine for parking the way I just parked.
$3,000 fine? What's wrong?
2,000 yen fine, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with that?
Well, because there are parking spaces
for bikes.
And people accumulate them here, and then it becomes so crowded people can't walk by anymore.
So is this a warning only? Or is it actual ticket?
No, it says warning. If it were not a warning, they would take the bike away.
Oh, really?
But it's so well locked, they couldn't anyway.
And look, all the bikes along here of all ticket which says don't park here.
I got it. I'm sorry.
So just up there is a Pachinko parlor. Is that right?
Just put it
No,
here.
and which Jeff just informed me, it had a whole lot of people sitting in front of these like video game machines, and they actually pay out. There's a little window around the corner where you get paid out here, you know. But gambling is illegal in Japan. Is that right? Kind of.
Technically, that kind of gambling is illegal, yeah.
Right, but it's tolerated. So I saw old men and women, young men and women, all kinds of people, all lined up intensively playing these machines. And escapism and also goofing off from work, right?
Yeah.
So I was a bit circumspect about sticking my camera through the doors as they slid open and one of the patrons came out. I do have some scruples.
I got it. I'm sorry.
So just up there is a Pachinko parlor. Is that right?
Just put it
No,
here.
and which Jeff just informed me, it had a whole lot of people sitting in front of these like video game machines, and they actually pay out. There's a little window around the corner where you get paid out here. So I saw old men and women, young men and women, all kinds of people, all lined up intensively playing these machines. Escapism and also goofing off from work, right?
Yeah.
So I was a bit circumspect about sticking my camera through the doors as they slid open and one of the patrons came out. Well, there's an interesting bike, a little wheel at the back and a big wheel at the front. Somehow, pedestrians and cyclists negotiate their way on the sidewalk. Somehow it all happens so smoothly without too much grief. So we're jumping on and off the sidewalk depending on how the traffic flows and how much of a space there is. Oh, we've managed to escape all that chaos, and we've entered a sort of an international school. Is that right?
Whatever it is, it's a very old structure. I think it was a house at one time.
Look at that. Sort of thing you'll see more of in Kyoto, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we're into the labyrinth of lanes again. Sharing it with the oncoming traffic. Oh, that was kind of close. Well, we ducked into a little thrift store here that said Salvation Army on it just to check out what's in there. And there's these cutesy little things, as you can see. Japanese girls seem to like to wear cute little things like this. Very groovy little area called Shimokitazawa.
Yeah,
Lots of intriguing little stalls, and I'm on the wrong side of the road, I think. This is the groovy epicenter here. Woolly shorts. Woolly bike shorts. When I bumped into someone, I apologise. When I smoke hit your face, I said nothing. Smoke equals bump, so it's saying please be considerate.
Be considerate of others when you smoke.
Cigarettes, less than $3 a pack, so encourages smoking.
Well, a little more than $3, but
Yeah, $4 maybe.
in New York they were
$3.50.
$8, $9 a pack, 3 times more. It's probably the only article that's 3 times more expensive in New York than it is in Tokyo.
So this is getting more crowded by the minute, and this is a Monday or a Tuesday.
Yeah, Saturday it's virtually impassable.
Virtually impossible to pass through here on a bike. Look at this. It's extremely popular, and the area is called,
Shimokitazawa.
which is part of the Seto Gayu.
It's right on the edge. Yeah, it's called a no-ren.
Yes, and they put it out when the restaurant is ready to serve, right?
It's a very old custom.
Right, you see it on many little restaurants, and then when they close, they put that curtain inside, or they put it away. So that says open for business, and there's another one that says under preparation, as opposed to closed. This is a second-hand store, but it's extremely groovy, and they only want certain brands, and Brooks Brothers didn't cut it.
Not, definitely not. My brands are about 20, 30 years too out of date for this crowd. They
Doesn't
want
just-
brands I've never heard of.
You like?
Like Journal Standard, FCRB. They're all acronyms.
Zuko, yes. Well, you know, it only takes a young designer here to make Brooks Brothers hip. I bet I'll find some girl wearing a Brooks Brothers men's jacket with a frilly skirt, and that'll be de rigueur, right? Well, that's a nice little restaurant. You sit outside on the deck, as you can see, and it's got its own little stove. Wow. That's some stylish outfit.